on his 30-metre line. Now for Perrott. Friend operating dummy half work by Rhea Hargreaves. That's a very good tackle from Liam Fulton. He's big and he's fast. The knees coming at you like pistons. Now it's Brown, and he's hit hard over there by Anasta. Together with Linnett. They go back and find Beau Ryan for this run. And he'll play it on 20, his own end of the park. How many tackles has Wairia Hargreaves made?
13.
13. And I'm just wondering how many minutes he's played, because he's in everything. There he is again with Anasta in that tackle on Hyington. So Farah out from dummy half, puts a kick down the ground, rolling into vacant space. Minicello, now Graham's urgent, and he's beaten Marshall, but he doesn't beat the persistent Todd Payton.
What about the big prop charging down there to clean up, make the tackle, and involved in another one? That's a big play by Todd Payton.
Fulton in an assist there with Payton on Minicello. Carney is with the ball. Minicello, if I'm reading it right, is barking some instructions to, I think it was Phil Graham on that occasion. Now the Roosters at the 30-metre line with Kenny Dow. Cut down by Ayshford. He's doing a good job. Young Ayshford. Now the kick across the ground for Pearce to go to Beau Ryan. And Ryan looks at them and then is wrapped up by Linnett. 32 away, eastern side of the ground. And it's with Fulton now. It was a bad pass, a sloppy pass. Fulton will play it. Told by the referee, get away, leave him alone. Galloway then up towards halfway. There's about 11 bays on the other side of the ground on the lower level. 8 of them are filled with black and gold jumpers. 3 by red, white and blue. So the Stephen Humphries plan seems to have worked, and that's a jolting tackle by Hyington on Minicello.
And another early kick there, just the third tackle, but the chase wasn't as good. It took his own team by surprise.
That was a strange one, Pete, wasn't it? Third tackle kick. All it did was hand over possession.
Friend is with the ball, and Freddie's with me on the sideline.
Hey, Rabs, it's a ploy we used to use at the Roosters. You get to the 40, the red, the line's marked in red, just kick it. Regardless of the tackle, it means you're going in a game to win with your defence. And that's what they're doing, the Tigers. They're here to win with their defence.
Carney tries to circle. Carney is wrapped up eventually by Farah, third man in. Played by the Dally M Player of the Year. Pearce for Kennedy. Kennedy with the fend up in the face of Fulton. Taken down by Fulton and Farah. Played for Friend, gone to Carney. Stops, puts it up. Not that high, down for Ayshford. Nice take. Quickly tackled by Minicello. Takiri got a try. He's tackled 25 away from his line. Playing it for Brown. From Guy Meir Gorillas, I'm reminded by Graham Wynn here watching the game with great interest. The former very good Dragon. Ellis is with the ball, 40 metres away from the line, and Galloway goes ahead. Oh, good ball from Galloway. Farah across to Payton, puts the dummy on, and Payton pulled down there by Anasta on 5. Player lying at the back of the play, the ball. Farah goes away, then to Payton, now to Hyington. Now they've got numbers. He steps off his right foot, Hyington. Here's Robert Louis. He leaves the ball behind him, hoping, but Minicello dives on it.
Oh, that would have been a sensational try. But in the end, once again, the scrambling Roosters defence, you can't knock it. They are still putting in the effort. They're getting back there.
Kenny Dow.
But, gee, they can't get through the line. They can't even punch into the line at the moment.
Friend off the ground. Wairia Hargreaves taken by Payton. Over the top, Ellis. Louis underneath. 40-metre line underneath all of them. Now to the halfway, Pearce, Kenny Dow. Now, Takiri will be deemed to have knocked on, or 6 more tackles. It's 6 more tackles.
Yeah, the fans are blowing up, saying Takiri was pulled back there, and I'm pretty sure he was.
So Takiri goes away. Here it is on replay. He was pulled back by Kenny Dow and he's attempted up, but I'm making the point to you that it would have been a knock-on against Takiri. Because in making the tackle, the ball was deflected by him, and you're deemed to have played at the ball under the new rule. No problems with that. Play by Minicello to the 30-metre line. Carney's with the ball, holds it back, passes at the line. Oh, intercepted by Ayshford. Ayshford's over halfway. It's Carney chasing. Ayshford and Carney. Carney and Ayshford. Ayshford! Ayshford!
Scores!
He makes it to the line. The kid from Paddo, as I said in the telecast early, is born 100 yards from here. And he's nearly run back into the hospital.
Well, he was handed the intercept, threw the pass straight to him, and then it was just a foot race between Blake Ayshford, who's been one of the best players on the field tonight. Defensively, he's been magnificent against Sean Kenny-Dowell and Mitch Orbison. And then Todd Carney looked like he was going to round him up about there, but the closer they got to the line, the better Ayshford looked. He put the fend out, didn't get it down the first time, kept his head and put it down there.
Beautiful stuff. Great work by the cameramen. Capturing a magical moment here for Blake Ayshford, pitted tonight on Kenny Dow. Sean, one of the, well, in the eyes of many, the best centre in the comp. 20 tries in the regular season, and this kid got the job of defending. There he is, the try scorer for the Tigers. They have visited the line many times, but only he, Takiri and Ryan have been successful from 7 visits. Marshall from touch almost, 21 out. Marshall to convert, and it's out in front of the uprights and not coming back. Sideline then with Brad.
Hey, Rab, this is what defence does. When you're attacking the ball, it gives you bad decisions. A couple of bad kicks early with the Roosters down in this area. And have a look at these two young colts. Although they were on the same team in the Keno replay, running next to each other. Todd Carney saved one early in the first half. Couldn't save that. Blake Ayshford, he was denied one earlier, but he nailed that one.
So the Roosters kick off, and they kick off all deep. It's gone over the dead ball line on the full. Penalty, West Tigers at the middle of the ground.
And it's remarkable that the Roosters have done that a couple of times this year, because generally they are the most meticulous in their restarts. They take time, they get players well back. He goes through a routine, does Braithen Astor.
Robbie Farah raced over here. Replays would show, or they did show, he was screaming at Robert Louis, leave it, leave it. He's never happy. He gets his own job done, and he'll do the job of anybody else that needs his help. So here's Todd Payton running at Orbison. Mitch. Farah comes to the short side. Ellis is with the ball. There he is inside the 20-metre line to give you the geography of it. Hyington's been wonderful. My goodness, he's a good player. He's so busy. Farah dummies and has a go. He gets it over. They hold him up. Or do they? Shane Hayne. No, he's declared held up. And it's 4 tackles gone. So the Tigers by 12. Drop goal, certainly on the menu. Marshall rolls it in. Graham's had an air swing, and Minicello saves it.
Yeah, knock on by the Tigers, 20-metre restart, but my word, every time they pass the ball out, they're threatening. Precision passing, Another kick. And that was the knock-on by Bo Ryan.
So the Roosters now, with Todd Carney not held and allowed to go on. And now it's a penalty, is it?
No,
It's a lost ball.
Todd Carney blowing up.
On Todd Carney.
He made a good break. Got given a second go and they dropped off him. Took them on again. Finally tackled by the two big boppers. And the ball came out.
Scrum to pack. Mistake for Todd. Penrith and Canberra 2 versus 7 live after this, with Gus, Andrew, Wally and Andrew Voss live that match. Fed by Louis, back of the scrum Farah, blindside Marshall, in fact it's Daniela. Now for Ryan, then for Louis, behind the front rower. Farah does the same. Marshall decides to have a go. Carney says, come here. And he tackles him and puts him away. Lottie goes away inside the 20. He's 12 metres out from the line. Mitch Orbison takes him to ground together with Friend. Now they use Galloway as a battering ram. Hyington shows it, swivels and pirouettes before Friend is there to make the tackle on Hyington. The line is only 5 away. They go long and wide out to Louis. He does it again. They're behind the 20. He's gone on to Daniela. He puts a ball out the back. Bo Ryan comes away from the eastern touchline. He got rid of Anasta, but he's not getting away from Linnett. Together with Riles. 20-metre line just behind the play the ball. Now for Farah. Drop goal attempt from Farah. Farah, he has landed it. It was on the cards, a 12-point break. And Farah kicks a drop goal.
He wasn't expecting the football. I think the ball was supposed to go to someone else. But quick thinking, as he is, the smart little hooker. So, why not? Here I am. I'm 15 metres out. I'll have a snap.
It's not his best strike. And I think that Benji Marshall had the same thing in mind, who was standing in behind him. They've kicked more field goals, as we found out last night. We're talking about the Gold Coast possibly kicking one. That's their 8th of the season, and it's the 4th off the boot of Robbie Farah.
Gee, you really have to think to yourself that the feeling amongst so many of the punters, oh gee, he's flirted with that dead ball again. This is Todd Payton on the bring back. But this competition, when you see what the Titans did last night, we're watching the Tigers tonight. And here's the kid that I'm talking about, Murdoch Masila, getting ready to debut in a final. He was 140, 150 kilos when he came to Keebra Park. He's down to 105.
Well, I've got the best trivia question in the world as we see Gareth Ellis up the left. Who was the last player to make his debut in a final in first grade? And you can have 1,000 picks as the Tigers find Minicello on the pull. Oswell to take it behind his back. And I won't even towards you. It was Alwyn Simpson for the Brisbane Broncos.
Well, that'll do me.
Take it up with David Middleton. He told me.
You are a very trivial person, Pete.
I've been told that before. Sam Perrott gets out. No, he's claimed now by Robert Louis.
2 metres on his own side of halfway.
I've got one for you. Where is he now?
Riles. Well, Sterlo can't even remember his name, and he only said it 2 seconds ago. Now Anasta, it's gone on to Linnett, with due respects, I should say. Graham, Pearce, Kennedy. Tackle was Fulton. 15-2. 15 and a half gone. Second to Carney for himself. Batted back. It'll be no. We'll have another go. No. This time it's defused by Takiri.
Well, they're going to have a look anyway. Smart play by Todd Carney. This is Phil Blake-like from the 80s. Little chip over the top for yourself. No one thinks he scored a try, but they're checking it anyway. Very nice. Very tough to do this on the run. Little one for yourself. And there, it looked like he might get it back, but a very handy hand by Robbie Farah. sweeps it away.
It was dangerous play by Todd Payton to knock it back in the first place. But he knocked it back, and Robbie Farah had to react, and Lottie Takiri coming across just in case he was also needed.
Carney almost pulling off a freakish try. It'll be a line drop out. And Murdoch Masila in 19. He's 19. He's on debut. They say he is so good. But he's come on the big stage. Tigers spotted him a few years ago in New Zealand. He was 150 kg at Kebra Park High. He lost 40 kg, and coach Greg Lenton up there tells me that he's the best to come out of there since Benji Marshall. That is a wrap. Nuasala, and he's able to get it away out the back. Friend to the 20-metre line. Good meters for Jake.
And the zero tackle.
So Minicello gives it to Nate Miles, and Miles interrupted at the 10-metre line. Played back to Friend. Carney, they desperately need 6. In fact, they'll take anything. They put a flash pass, an outside ball, inside ball, and Minicello knocks on.
Look, the last set of 6 they had was very good, the Roosters. Just good, solid play. They tried something fancy here. Minicello came from one side of the ruck to the other, but really it was telegraphed. Everyone knew it was happening. Ordinary pass, and the Tigers read it well.
And the kid that made the ball come free was Murdoch Masila, the 19. And look at them, they come from all over the place. Tigers coming from everywhere to tell the kid, you've done a good job.
Well, that'll settle the butterflies down just that little bit. That's a nice first touch, forcing a mistake in a dangerous situation.
That one with the dead ball's off the field so you can play on it. Come together. Jake, not early, Jake. Not early. Wait here, Kane. Go. Yep.
Louis feeds. Farah back of the scrum. Gives it blindside for Takiri.
Frank, go.
And the buffer is 13 points as we come to the three-quarter mark time.
Hold the 10. Hold the 10.
In this game. Gareth Ellis, a repeat on report for a high shot on Todd Carney.
Release, Nate. Release.
Farah dancing. Held by Miles. Got a ball away. Louis goes long and wide to Marshall. Quickly they go to Daniela. Daniela taken down by Linnett.
Here it is.
Slid well, Linnett. Read the play. Marshall back to Murdoch Masila. Bundled out on the 30-metre line and loses the ball. The Roosters will come back. Well, even their chances are starting to run out, so too is the time.
Sorry, Ray, even more important for the West Tigers players to go over and have a word to the youngster after a mistake. His second touch not as good as his first. And look, they are giving the Roosters a couple of opportunities. I think if the Roosters can get 6, they can get the Tigers a touch nervous, but they just look so impotent in attack, the Roosters, against this very good Tigers defence. And I just don't know where that 6 is going to come from.
This is Graham.
And Pete Allen Simpson just retired from the Redcliffe Dolphins this year, in case you wanted to know.
It's Orbison.
Well, he played in 2007 on the wing for Brisbane against Melbourne. They got beaten 40-0 as Sam Parrott, centre field. And that 6 points just might come from some individual brilliance, which the Roosters do contain.
So Riles to Nuasala. Fulton is with him. They're at the 40-metre line, and Frank Paul won't give up. Played then for Friend. Again, they hit blindside. Pearce and Nasta. He might have run into an accidental trip there. Nuasala's back with the ball. Pynton's with him. So is Gibbs, who's back out there. Carney again for himself. He's got the ball back. He passes, and Nasta scores. And Nasta scores. Hit it forward, but he's pointed to the spot. So it's all over Red Rover.
And the great one, Peter Snorky Sterling, spoke about individual brilliance. Todd Carney tried this a couple of minutes ago, just missed. He's done it again, and it was an even better kick because he kicked back to the inside against the grain, and the pass nearly perfect, but it's a try.
Just what the doctor ordered. Braith Anasta, captain of the year, reaping the reward from the player of the year, simply by being there. Well, Braith Anasta, the captain of the year, has picked up the try. Braith yourself. Here comes Braith. Carney. Absolutely superb. Now the shot. 20 out, 8 in. Watch it with us. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. And up go the flags. Todd is online.
Ray, there are two games that stick in my mind. The first is the one we mentioned 2 weeks ago, where the Roosters were played off the park for a lot of the game by Manly, but they came home to win. The other game was round 22, where the Tigers had it wrapped up against South Sydney. By far the better side, couldn't put the game to bed, and the Rabbits got them in golden point. Let's see if the Tigers have learnt from that. They can go on from this 7-point lead as Ryle centre field.
That kick, Teat, that lean in the middle of 4 Tigers players, just beautiful it was. And that try's got the crowd back into it. The Roosters have been sitting there all night, the fans going, what's doing? Now they're up.
Ball played by Nuasala. This is Perrott with this backing run. What else could you call it? So Kenny Dowell beats Ellis. Not easy to do. Then he runs backwards to go forwards. And he's taken out there by Daniela. And Marshall. Linnett gave this pass to Anasta. Anasta looks back on the short side for Linnett.
Ooh, that was close.
Near the 30-metre line. Here come the Roosters again. Again, Carney goes short, but Mitch Brown reads the play that time. And he plays the ball on his own 20-metre line. Bo Ryan then comes to Nuasala. He'll play it for Farah. It's gone over for Gibbs. And Bryce Gibbs will play the ball 35 metres out from his line. 3 versus 6. And this is the one that's provided most of the upsets in the McIntyre system's history. As I said earlier, 6 times. Number 6 has won.
And that's from 11 seasons, Ray, so they actually have the better record. They've won more times than not. As Phil Graham gets underneath, takes it on his own 20, comes one way, goes back the other, finds Minicello.
So Minicello runs back to the man that kicked the ball, and that is Louis. The 4 is in there, Mitch Brown doing his job. So between them, they get it done eventually on Minicello. Now the markers have had to stay out of this. They weren't direct. And it was a little dodging performance then by Perrott. Sean Kenny Dow, these outside backs are coming in, doing more and more work. Played by Kenny Dow. Pearce runs across halfway and hits Carney with a good ball, but Fulton made the tackle, and Fulton's injured in back play. Pearce goes on, and Astor does a spin, plays the ball 20 metres away. 20 metres away from the West Tigers line. Pearce got a high pass. That just interrupted the kick a little bit. It's gone over towards Ayshford, and Ayshford is claimed by Perrott. Inside 20, Takiri comes to Orbison, and Orbison hangs in there, makes the tackle with Jason Riles at the 30-metre point. Here's Hyington now. Hyington will play the ball 15 his own side of halfway. Liam Fulton has got a problem. Towards halfway they go with Gareth Ellis.
Yeah, he's left the field, as you can see, Liam Fulton behind the dead ball line. Simon Dwyer back into the game as Bryce Gibbs straightens. Takes it just over halfway on the last.
He still hasn't used Andrew Fafita.
Come on, Barrett!
Am I right in saying that?
You are.
He's been something of a sensation, Andrew Fafita. Here is Minicello going over to Graham, and Graham is ankle tapped by Daniela and dived on by Dwyer. They're inside 30. And Nasta punches away again at the short side on the eastern side of the ground. He'll play it at the 40-metre line. And here's Linnett coming away. And he's picked up and put down by Dwyer. Murdoch, Masila involved in the tackle. Nuasala strong. And the Tigers converge. 4 of them at one time in the tackle. 8 metres into West Tigers territory to Carney. Steps off his right, bumps off another, gets the ball to Friend, gets it to Pearce. He got rid of one. Ball goes to ground. Referee says 5 tackles gone. There's another Tiger hurt. I think it's Marshall. It's gone Carney, gone Anasta, gone to Minicello. 101. Minicello may have scored.
Here they come. I think it all looks good for the Roosters in this movement. They are storming home. It's amazing how scoring points lifts a team. And the Carney tried putting it on for Braithen Astor. Got the rolling. Minicello has lost it.
He's dropped it. Unbelievable. The Ryan tackles, grabbed his hand, and it's forced the ball loose.
Forget what I said about looking good for the Roosters. It didn't look that good.
Let me take back the 101.